Hello guys, welcome back to my channel where I build lawnmowers, go-karts, and diesel swapped power wheels. Okay, so in a previous video I got this Cummins Dewey power wheels and built a frame around it and started putting the engine in. Nice little diesel engine from Facebook Marketplace. I ran into a bit of a problem. I decided after I worked really hard on my front control arms, decided to just put the stub shaft in just to see how much clearance I have. And it's really hard to tell in the video, but I got like barely any clearance because it's me bouncing up and down like this, and that's not good because I still need to have like a big, I don't know, big CVT pulley right here, and so that's not gonna work, which is annoying. So this video, well, this video was supposed to be mainly me focusing on the rear end, but clearly I gotta. Well, as I was saying before I got really interrupted by my GoPro dying with 51% battery left in it. That makes no sense. Anyways, I just clearly gotta focus on this because I don't want to be able to, I don't want to like build everything and then this doesn't work. So right now in this video is I'm going to take the engine out, grind the stub shaft down because I don't want to pay a machine shop to grind only 1/16 inch off this stub shaft. I know you can barely see, but it's already getting dark. So yeah, I'm gonna take the engine out, put it on my engine stand, grind and sand it down until it fits, until I can fit the CVT on, and then put it back on there, and then I'll just continue on from there. Righty, so I already shaved down the engine with the help of my dad. He grinded it down for me, or helped me grind it down. So just put it back on to the comments. Why is this thing dead already? 31%, dude. I literally just unplugged it from the charger. I need new batteries, but they don't make Hero 8 batteries anymore, unfortunately. But anyways, I'm gonna try to make this as fast as possible so it doesn't cut me off. Anyway, so now we put this pulley on. It has a wobble, so I'm gonna put a couple tacks on the shaft to sand it down so it's a nice tight fit. But anyways, this is how much it's gonna stick out. I didn't realize how much it's basically to the fender, which is fun because now here's my control arm. This is basically bottomed out suspension and zero play, so we're not forget about that. Anyways, as I was continuing before I got really cut off again. So, probably just gonna forget about this for now. I'm gonna figure out situation for this secondary pulley. That's gonna be a fun one because I didn't realize how little space I had in here. I gotta go take a look at gotta go grab my other pulley, but I don't know if it's in line with this plastic because I thought, ooh, maybe like shove the pulley in there, but probably gonna most likely have to cut the firewall and have just a pulley sticking out here. Maybe make a shield. I don't know, man. A lot of firewall cutting, but it's fine. I think. I hope. And then the wheel is a big problem. Might have to get skinnies that are like half the width of this, kind of like what I have on my go-kart, because just at it sticking in like this, not enough space to, if I want to turn, just barely rubbing, kind of would be like sticking out right here. It has to be like this, turn, which is really not what I want. Oops. Well, this is how it looks in the comments. It barely fits, so I'm gonna have to cut the firewall. It basically, yeah, if you look at it right there, so I'm gonna grab a buzzer tool, cut it like up to here. Why am I holding the camera sideways? grab a buzzer tool, cut it up here, so I have like a nice big window, and then I can shove the pulley in, because I probably can buy a shorter belt, but I don't know how well that's gonna be. But yeah, dude, this thing is gigantic, big setup. I'm just really bummed out that I ran out of space, but it's fine, I'll make it work. So I had to get a jack shaft kit over here. It came with a few collars, bearings, the shaft, and a couple gears. So this is how it's gonna be. This is me at the very end, bearing, kind of like that. And so now I also did some plastic cutting off camera. Try to prepare it as much as possible. So this is the plan. It's gonna get bolted on over here. Like so. Oh, follow me. Where's my washer? This is bolted in. Now, I'm just gonna grab a piece of bar metal. So, this is straight, I hope. So, I'm gonna grab another piece of bar metal for this one. I'm going to shave this back plate down. The back plate here in the back, and then put a straight piece of metal right here, weld it in, and then bolts the bearing on to the side like this. Then CVT will be basically mounted in, and then I could like focus on the front suspension, and then drivetrain. I will complete the drivetrain later on. No, I cracked my screen. Anyways, so this is now all completed. It's bolted on. Well, not necessarily. Got to build a little extra support for this. I don't want a plastic weld back on because I accidentally cut too much. But it's all done, all aligned. So we got the CVT in, and now I can focus on building this some sort of control arm setup with barely any space, but I will figure it out. That's called life of fabricating. It's figuring out a lot of the things that don't exist. So I have now finished this CVT system. Now I'm trying to focus on this, and I just thought of something. Instead of having to do this whole funny looking contraption, I thought just flip this on the opposite side, and it should work just fine. Like, just clear it. So here, let me put this on real quick. This is how it's gonna look. It's gonna stick out like crazy, but it's the only option I have where it'll clear that. It's a little too far forward. I don't want to cut more plastic because it'll look ugly, and I have this much gap. So I'm gonna just cut this in half, or cut it somewhere and extend it. Probably like cut it off in half or whatever. Like cut it off a little bit there, so I can cut a longer piece, drill a new hole, and that way I can extend it out a little further back. That way it just sits back. Same thing with this side. I'm gonna copy and paste so it doesn't look all ugly, and it's gonna be like that, except same thing. I want to extend it back, and I probably have to weld it a little twisted because it's a lot of camber right now. This is like ride height, and it's leaning too much this way. So yeah, I just flipped it onto the opposite side like so, because this controller was on the inside. Put it on the outside, extended it, and now we got ourselves a control arm on this side. So the wheels just stick out like crazy. Not my thing, but it fits. It clears the CVT here. Just He clears it with just enough room right there. But ride height, churning, gotta cut more plastic off. But basically, he clears it. So yeah, that's it for today's video. That's all that I'm gonna focus on. Now I'm gonna focus more on the back. So that's it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.